Monday Night Football. If you guys have nothing to watch, there is no soccer unless you guys want to just watch recaps of everything that happened in Liga MX, or you can join us on Monday Night Football as you are tuning in the Lions Den podcast, episode 5, recapping Leon versus Chivas. Yes, we had a very interesting soccer weekend in Liga MX. Of course, we are here to talk about everything Leon and Chivas. And on the Lions Den podcast, we're going to welcome my uh, co-host Carlos, Jose, and Javier. How are we doing tonight?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Very good.
All right, let's get the show started.
How are we feeling? Victory Monday for us.
Feels good.
Happy
feels
as
good.
hell.
Like,
I'm happy.
I can tell you how, but I had to show you a video. like you know when who was it? Jair celebrated with Mosquera. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Me too, Jose. Me too.
Yep.
All right,
I
we're
felt
feeling.
that. I felt that.
We should
Very
do that dance at
excited.
the end of the podcast.
We should. Oh my god, we should do like a green screen and just like it'll work out somehow. Like we'll make it work. And we are here honored to have a Chiva Hermano, which we were expecting another at least extra Chiva Hermano to hold down the fort in this loss. Vado, welcome to the Lions Den podcast. How are you tonight?
What's up, guys? I'm glad you guys can be happy at the Chivas' expense.
This is what
Nah,
you say.
it's not like that.
Nah.
wait, we're gonna talk about the FIFA showdown that we did, though. Are we gonna talk about that?
We'll squeeze that segment in. Don't worry, I got it written down on the game plan. No, Vado, we are very excited to have you on here, recapping the game as much as it hurts, but it's así es el fútbol, right?
Hey, this is one step closer to firing Tomas Boy, so I'm with it.
Okay. Leon versus Chivas, very chaotic weekend. Big step for Leon to get their win, kind of leaving everybody, as a questioning game. Can Leon get the win? Is Chivas going to continue on their streak? Ending score 4-3. Which that scoreboard, people might look at the scoreboard, not watch the game, and think, "Oh my God,
It was a close game.
It was a close game." But there was a lot of things that we're going to talk about what really happened. JJ Macias, MVP of the night. So I'm going to go quickly recap the whole kind of game plan. JJ Macias goal, and then Pulido tied it up. Mena 2-1 at halftime. And we got JJ another goal. Then we had Yairo, another goal, 4-1. 4-2 Pulido, another goal, and 4-3 Vegas. So let's talk about first half. So how did first half go? Carlos, going to throw it at you first. What did you think about Leon's performance? Were you happy? What was going on through your head?
I mean, I think the first half was kind of the opposite of the second half. Both teams came out, with good intensity. Leon came out attacking, obviously. Meneses was just incredible in the first half, drawing that penalty against, who was it, Van Ranking?
Mm-hmm.
And that pretty much set things up for us to go into the second half and take over the game, knowing that I think they had like 2 defenders that had yellow cards going into the second half. But, we had the lead, and obviously we played better in the second half. But the first half was really, really good. I was on the edge of my seat. It was awesome.
Very, very good game. It was a good game. For some reason, I thought Van Rankin was playing for free after that first foul. But, Jose, what are your thoughts first half and overall? What did you see from Leon recapping the whole game?
From the first half, I thought maybe I didn't notice it in previous games, but I think on this game we saw some of the play that we saw last season, how like all the 3 up top would shift. And also the Jairo was playing on left back, so he also joined. Like it was hard for Chivas to pinpoint who to mark, because like I think at one point on the first half on the left wing, Jairo came in, and then Meneses, and Sosa. Like, so that was for me. That was my takeaway because I saw something that I hadn't seen in previous games. That was a benchmark of Leon last season, and that gave us much success too.
Yeah, that's true. Javier, who is in Leon, Guanajuato, tell me about how the city felt after the win. What are your thoughts over first and second half? What can you take away from the Leon that we saw Saturday night?
Can you hear us? Ariel?
Um, Having a hard time hearing you guys. Um, I thought the game was pretty pretty great for Leon. The first they did exactly what they did. And Chivas at the end, of course, I think they did what they had to do. I think Leon went back. Thought they had to. That was a the scoreboard 3-4.
Having trouble. Javier. I think
I
we
think
lost
Javier
him
is
again.
having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Getting a plane that we're kind of
Oh,
Yeah, it seems that when he starts talking faster, it
it,
raises more.
did you guys hear that all right?
Kind of.
kind of lagging in and out, having some
Yeah.
technical difficulties. But let's throw it about Chiva Romano. How did you feel this game went for you? Did you have any anxiety attacks? What was going through your mind first and second half, and overall, what are your thoughts? We'll dig deep into very particular stuff I have written down.
Well, Mena scored that goal, the second goal at the 45th minute. And that's I think what hurt us, what killed us, because I was thinking we're gonna go into the half 1-1 and away. I'll take it 1-1. Let me ask that penalty on Van Rankin. Do you think that contact was outside the box? Did it start outside the box? It fell in the box, which was like the smart thing to do. But I thought the contact started outside the box and should not have been a penalty. But besides that, Pulido tied it up 1-1. Like I said, I thought we were going to the half tied. I would have taken it. And then it was just like disgusting defense that Mena like snuck off by himself for the header. Antonio, I mean, we criticized Antonio before, but he can't really do anything against that when that guy's so alone. When Mena's like 1-on-1, like you can't do anything. So it was just disappointing to give up that 45th minute goal.
I think that foul. I don't know what you guys. Anybody can jump in.
Which one?
It's kind of like iffy or not. What do you guys think? Was it for real, or did we just get lucky?
I mean, there was contact in the box, just as well as there was contact before, outside the box.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the contact outside the box wasn't enough for the ref to blow the whistle. I think the ref thought about it, but he said, "Hey, you know what? The play continues, the play goes on, and then the real contact where the player actually goes down is inside the box."
Yeah.
I think that's just how the ref decided to make that decision.
Yeah. So we got a penalty. JJ, like the man he is, took it into his hands and scored it. And I'm pretty sure I heard all Chiva Hermanos like, you guys, JJ had to score on us.
Yeah.
And then Pulido responds, and I think, Vito will throw it at me saying, I did say on their podcast that to me, Pulido can be a tronco sometimes. He doesn't feel me 100%. And I think it's probably from what I've seen. He just shows up when he has to. But I mean, honestly, how was that goal? How did you feel about it? Are we like, lowering the goal?
It's a good shot. It's like the second, third time he scored that goal on Chivas. That's like a shot he has in his arsenal. I can't recall who he scored it against last season, but he scored it once and then 2 games in a row, and then again he pulled it out this season. He has a decent outside shot, and you guys mentioned off air we were talking about the bounce it takes right before the goalie.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something strikers try to hit because the bounce is one of the hardest things to defend as a goalie. Like you don't know where it's gonna go. So I think it was a good shot. Pulido showed up, but it wasn't enough. But I don't know. I like Pulido. I just think with Oribe out there, who still has 0 shots this season, he's going for like a Liga MX record apparently, like, with a
Yeah,
drought.
I was gonna say I think he has. I need to calculate well, but I think it's pretty much like 360 minutes without scoring. So you guys must be really frustrated.
Oh yeah, like I don't. At this point, we feel like it's a contractual thing that he was promised he's gonna start games or a certain amount of games, and that's why Vega's on the bench. I mean, Vega's screaming to start and deserves to start, but we can get into that later. But yeah, that Pulido shot, I think it's one he has in his arsenal, and takes it occasionally, and it went in on Saturday.
So second half, we start off with a handball by Molina, which he. It was funny because you showed the la repetición, and he was just like, "But I only went like that," like. And then JJ again taking another penalty. And what's interesting about this penalty is that after the way he celebrates, he he kisses the crest. And I tweeted that picture out. And you know, first let's talk to Jose and Carlos. What did that mean to you guys when JJ kissed the crest? Like, did you feel anything? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just his appreciation for Leon. The city, the administration, especially the fans who have been with him since day one, and the administration and the coach, especially Nacho. I mean, I think if there's anyone who he thinks really had his back is the coach. So, I saw a lot of Chivas fans on the internet saying like that's disrespectful to us. We're the team that saw you, you know, grow up basically in our youth forces. Um, but I didn't see it that way. I saw it more as like a thank you to Leon for giving him the opportunity. But it was awesome. I'd love to see Chivas fans mad about that.
Going fire already, Carlos. Jose, what did you think about when JJ after his second penalties kissing the crest?
Uh, well, I think he just like Carlos says, he did it because he's thankful to the coach, the club, and the fans for receiving him with open arms. He, he feels comfortable in this city, and for me, that was, but it's he, I felt a little bit of pride because that's how much he shows that he cares for this club. So that's even if he's here for maybe not many seasons, many years, he's that's a really meaningful um, form of appreciation from him. So I'm thankful that he did that. And yeah, I don't think it's disrespectful to Chivas fans, but they might see it differently
Hmm.
because I mean, even before this, he stressed that he does care about where he's thankful to them too, but he just is thankful to us because we gave him the opportunity to show what he is made of.
Yeah.
That's why.
Um, Vado, we have a Chiva hermano. Tell me about what you think about. Does it seem like betrayal to you, or did it make you mad? Did it make you cry? Did it make you sad? Did it make you bittersweet? Like, tell me, give me your feelings about this because I'm just dying to hear from a Chiva hermano.
Hey, all I heard was cha-ching, $15 million.
All right, okay.
Hey, nah, I mean, players do it all the time, right? They're on loan, they kiss whatever badge team they're on. It happens. I'm not gonna hold it against him.
Hmm.
Comes back to Chivas, I'm sure the first thing he'll do if he scores a goal is kiss the badge as well. Um, it's whatever. I'm not sure at this point if he's coming back.
Hmm.
Seems less likely, but it's all right. We're gonna cash out on him. If you guys go half and half with Dortmund, we'll take the 15 mil and maybe they'll pay off Vergara's divorce with that or something. But hopefully the money goes into the club and not Vergara's personal life.
Instead of going for Oribe, you guys should invest in like maybe more younger players for sure.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
mean we have the guy on the bench. It just doesn't start.
Exactly.
Yeah. Luckily
Javier,
for us.
you back with us?
Javier, you there?
Nope.
Oh,
I guess
looks
not.
like it's
We
off.
lost
Oh,
him.
we lost them. So I want to introduce a little new mini section of the Lion's Den podcast, which is called "Who Said This?" Okay, so I'm gonna read the quote, and you guys are gonna guess who said this. It could be anybody.
Go for it.
Okay. Cada vez me estoy enamorando más de este club porque me ha dado la oportunidad, la ciudad, que pues obviamente me tratan como si estuviera en casa.
Let's
Quote. Two.
Yeah,
Quote
let's let
two.
Lara.
let's battle. Yeah.
Quote two. Soy leal a los que me son fieles. Who said that? Anybody?
El pollo briseño. No, I saw the interview.
I think
I
we all
mean,
know who said that.
it's what players have to say. They're gonna say, "Hey, I'm having a
Battle,
good time here, but I
battle,
can't
come
wait to go
on.
back to the club I belong to." Right?
Oh my god.
All
Scary really
politics.
thinks, Scary
Football
really
is all
thinks he's gonna
politics.
go back.
Soccer is all politics. I don't think he's coming back anymore.
No.
But when players say these kind of things, I mean, what are they gonna say? Are they gonna say they don't want to be at the club? They're gonna say they want to be there. They love the city. They love the team. But I think in JJ's case, he does
He
because it's the
really
team that gave him
does.
the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
He's scoring goals, and it might be the team that lets him jump to Europe eventually.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Dang.
Yeah, it's
Battle
all right.
hashtag truths. Truths told by
For real.
Battle. Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that in there because I feel like, he's been criticized a lot for kissing the crest. And, obviously, some of Chivas Hermanos are more comprehensible, like Battle, and kind of saying the situation how it is. And others are really like, oh, like, don't come back. We don't want you, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of like you have to see the overall picture of this young Mexican, youngster that didn't get the opportunity that he did with Chivas. Leon gave it to him, and he's taking it and running with it. And obviously, I don't know. Think about if maybe he would have stayed and Oribe would have come. Would he have still been able to get opportunity? Probably not. I mean, we see what's going on with Vega, and we question it like, well, what is going on with Vega? Because I'm a huge Vega fan. I've seen him from Toluca. I really like how he plays, and just to see him on the bench, it's irritating. So, I think just advocating for these youngsters that, definitely have a lot to give on the field. So, um, but yeah, so after JJ scored that second goal, 3-1, and then Oribe comes off for Vega, and also Sendejas out for Ponce. And me and Jose were on the Chivas Del Norte Pod, and I asked if you think Sendejas was starting, and you said no, Ponce. Were you shocked when it didn't go like that?
Yeah, all in the Chivas del Norte group chat, we were all like, Zendejas is starting, and I guess he impressed Tomas Boy enough.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of saw it more in this game that he's a liability kind of. You guys were attacking on the right wing, and he was struggling, as well as Van Rankin. When we did the pod, we forgot to mention that Van Rankin, he had like a great first season with Chivas, but ever since then he's kind of been on a decline. And you saw it on that penalty call, and he got beat one other time too. I think that the Mena goal came on from his
Yeah.
side of the field, so Van Rankin's been struggling. We thought Ponce was going to start, so that was a surprise for us.
Definitely. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Cedejas starting with Ponce. And then we had Yairo score, which, guys, Yairo scoring. I mean, he had great games lately, and this goal just pretty much tops it off, right?
I mean, Yaido's been the highlight for the last like 3 weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He even made the
Yeah,
He
he has.
just keeps getting better and better, and he's just, man, like me está callando la boca.
yeah, and that's not even his natural
Exactly,
position.
Jose. Exactly.
What are your thoughts, Javier, on Yairo Moreno this season? Has he surprised you? I mean, definitely better than last season. Do you feel comfortable with his position so far?
I think because when I've gone to the stadium and I would see him play, I'm like, this guy has a lot of potential, but he wasn't being used by Ambris that much last season. And then this season he started, and really, I think when we started talking about it, it wasn't really an experiment, but it started putting him from as a lateral, I was kind of really good there, I think. And he started, showing these signs that he was doing good there. And then obviously, it's not that I'm surprised. I'm just like very happy that I know that he's showing what his true potential really is. That's why I kept telling Jose, why are you hating on Yaito? Like, let him prove himself, But I think he's done a really great job, and I think the goal that he scored against Chivas was kind of like a little reward for him. It's kind of and that's kind of like what Mosquera wrote on Twitter about him. Like, hey man, like hopefully this is one of many more goals. And yeah, I think he's one of those players that I'm kind of like rooting for. He's like one of my favorites in Leon. It's got the whole Afro thing going on, so I think that's dope.
Yaito
So
Jackson.
whatever.
Yaito Jackson.
Yeah, dude, I'm like Eddie Moment's gonna moonwalk. He's gonna moonwalk on these guys. He should really celebrate as moonwalking. You know what I mean? Like he should moonwalk.
That would be.
But yeah, I think he's doing really well.
And clearly went to VAR, and I was like, that's clearly onside. Like I think VAR.
Like that was way.
Yeah, me too. I was so pissed. I was like, wait,
way
onside.
That live, it looked like I was like, that's not offside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I thought our check cleared.
Huh?
You know what?
I thought our check cleared to VAR, and like, all right, they're calling it back.
Yeah.
Like bounce, guys.
But no, I was so confused. I was like, they're calling that back. I was like, he was on by like a mile. Like,
Yeah.
It was so
I think it was.
like,
Was it Alanis that was down there? I think it was Alanis that was down there keeping him on side.
Yeah.
And even before that, there was another defender keeping him on. So I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I think this week El VAR caused a lot of controversy in that game. They were talking about it, how they intervened in 5 plays, and it is kind of weird. I think it was very clear that wasn't offside. But all the calls I think were, and that's not because I go for Leon. I just think all the calls, even the penalty that they give for Chivas, I think they were all correct. I think it was a.
Yeah, but I mean, it gets controversial after a while because I think I heard somebody on Fútbol Picante say like, it's the VAR that's calling the game, not the referee. Like the referees are so incompetent that they can't make the right calls. They always have to go to the VAR. It's great to have the VAR, but if Yaito Moreno's onside by like a mile and you have to go check it, like why can't they just tell you from upstairs like it's a goal, and then you go. That's it. You don't have to go check it.
It's so time
because I think Pollo Briseño said it best. He's like, look, man, you guys stop. If you keep going to check El VAR, you're stopping the game, and that does affect the players. They have to wait there for like 2-3 minutes and stuff, and to see what the final decision is gonna be. And I think that is kind of getting in the way of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so after Yaito,
I'm kind of glad that VAR went against us this week. So the narrative that Chivas wins because of VAR is over. The Mexican media needs to find something else to talk about.
I don't get that, bro. I don't get that. I'm like, okay, so they've got some calls from El VAR. So what? Like, that doesn't mean like. I think it's the same old like kind of accusing like all the favoritism and stuff. Like, I think we can agree that what in the Liga Mexicana, what happens is that referees are just really, really, really incompetent when it comes to making some like decisions, right? Like they screw up for both sides. It's not just one team. But I have seen that hashtag Chivar, and I don't get it. It's kind of like everybody should have that hashtag. Then it's, America, Pumas. Everybody has at one point or another they've been benefited before.
Yeah.
Even Leon.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially this weekend, the way VAR has been just back and forth. I mean, do we come to a point where is it overused, or like you say, it's not being used how it's supposed to be used? So, I mean, there's a lot of controversy with I mean, what 4 of the goals were based off of VAR, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, and what was it adding like 6 minutes? I mean, I feel like another game also added like 6 minutes. It's just like there's time being wasted, and like Carlos said, like isn't just easy just to you have someone out there. You know what? I checked that it is goal. All right, cool. Move on. Like, don't go over there and then no. So, yes, Santos. Oh, I was gonna say I watched that game in Santos, and VAR definitely played a role. But anyways.
Yeah, it did. Exactly. Yeah. See, that's another example.
So this weekend was just controversial. And then going back to the game, Pulido scored a penalty. Vado, what is your take on how Pulido scores those penalties? Do you get like anxiety attacks, or do you agree with it, or
What
what's
do you
going on?
feel about the jump? Do you
I
like the jump?
I'm the only one on the Chivas Del Norte podcast that doesn't want the jump. I want
Oh
him to just
wow!
run up to the ball, kick the freaking ball, and score the penalty. Like all these little antics he does, I
Yeah,
don't like it. That little jump is annoying.
It is
Um,
annoying. I feel
it
like it's
wasn't
gonna
it
mess
wasn't
with
really
him.
a jump this week. It was like a in basketball they call it a hezzy. Like he did like a hezzy step
yeah,
and
Yeah.
he scored it. But it's dumb because if a goalie really wakes you out, he's gonna wait till the last second. And Cota tried it, and he kind of just
Cota tried it.
dove. He kind of just dove right, and Pulido had enough time to go left. But
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
waited a little longer, that penalty's getting blocked.
yep,
Yeah. It's
That
kind of
is
risky putting Polido because he might do that jump, and I think there's a lot of goalies like Cota that are kind of going to anticipate it, and he looked like he was going to, but Polido really well. He switched it last second and he scored. But you're right. It's one of those things where you're like, eventually they're gonna catch on.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know about like the heavy step that Pulido did this weekend. Is that allowed by FIFA? Or isn't it supposed to be like one continuous motion? Because he almost stopped,
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
right? Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
the hop is fine because that's a motion. But the heavy step he did this weekend, it was kind of like he came to a stop. I thought that was against FIFA regulations. Like they stopped that because it was annoying.
We need to go
But
back to the handbook.
yeah.
There's
but yeah,
some weird
I'm
ways
not a
to
fan of Pulido's penalty
What
kicks.
if they ban him from doing that? Like, is his
It's
blood
not
gonna
gonna
run
happen.
out?
Ban him from doing what the jump or
Yeah,
the
the little.
step he did this weekend.
I mean, just all together, I don't like those penalties. It should be one motion. To me, it's
Yeah,
just one motion. You know. Um,
Yeah.
but and then let's see. Ending the game, Vega with a goal, 95th minute. Did you guys feel you had the last minute to tie us? Were you guys feeling the momentum that you could have tied Leon in the last minute?
yeah. I was kind of mad at myself for having hope at the end when the game ended and we didn't tie. I was like stupid, like like come on. But we could have tied it. I mean, you see Vega that run, the cut he did on Kota, like he should be starting. I don't know why he's on the bench. Boy has to. I don't know what, but if Peralta has it in his contract, he needs to like volunteer to be benched because at this point you're just stealing Chivas' money and you're stealing points away from Chivas. The team looked like a completely different team once Ponce and Vega went into the game. I
Yeah,
understand they had to play more offensive, but if we can play offensive like that, I don't know why we're not.
exactly.
And you guys dropped 4 goals on us, and we play with a 5-man back line.
Oh
How
yeah.
did that happen? If we're playing with a 5-man back line, we're not supposed to give up goals. We gave up 4. The plan's not working. Boy has to change something.
Tomas
Yeah.
Boy has to change something, and I think he was saying that it was like close, but I think it just goes deeper
Man,
than how you guys actually played versus just the scoreboard, which we were talking about earlier.
Did you guys notice he was like celebrating something at the end?
Yeah, he
I
was
was
just
like, what the fuck is he- I don't know if you guys cursed, my bad, but I was like, what the hell is he doing? Like, did he think the game was tied? I tweeted it out from the account. I was like, did he think the game was tied? Like, what is he celebrating? He was like pumping his fist up and down. Like, I was like, bro, I thought, he pulled the Jose when we did that FIFA 19 showdown. He thought he had tied that second game. But I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Tomas Boy. I thought I was the only one that noticed it, and then a couple of people
no, he was
started
celebrating.
adding us, and he was celebrating. I was like, "What is this guy doing? Does he think the game is tied? Like, look up at the scoreboard, bro. Like, I don't know. I was so pissed.
Oh no, there's
I
so
love
many
that guy's antics.
things. Like what?
I said I like his antics.
He's just something else. Honestly, Vado, and anybody else can jump into what. To what extent is it like you got to go? Like, do you give them to like the end of the season? Do you give them to like the next 3 games, or what is your thoughts about what's going to go on with Boy in the next couple of games?
I mean, it's not. The numbers are there to keep him, right? We got
Yeah.
2 wins, a draw, 2 losses. We're not, and that's a bad thing. Like every time we're losing, we kind of come back, and he has that excuse tucked, like oh, it wasn't that bad. Against the Santos game, he's like, no nos apedrearon el rancho. That's what he said after that loss. And I was like, okay, but we still lost, what was it, 3-1, I think? And then against Leon, he goes, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of close. It's like,
No.
at one point, you got to stop making excuses for your losses and own up to them.
Yeah.
Take the blame. Say, I got to make some changes. We're going to look at the roster. We're going to see who's starting, who's not starting, and, own up to it. Don't take these little excuses and try to, like, trick the fans. I don't think the numbers are there to fire him yet. We would have to probably go, like, on a 3-game losing streak to get him out of here.
Yeah.
But at that point, we fall out of contention for Liguilla, and we're in relegation battle, so we can't do that. Something has to, Boy has to step up and kind of lead the team.
Ay, Tomás, boy.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with them. I feel like se le flojó un torneo or something. And I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just the things he
saw that dancing he does.
Right.
Too much.
What's
everybody loves it.
the video that they show that I think it's like a song by Rayito Colombiano or something, and he's like dancing.
You have to send me that video. You gotta
Yeah,
share
I
that
see.
video. I want to see it.
I mean, it's no wonder Atlas fans ran onto the field to try to fight him, right? I get it now.
We get it now. We now know what happened there. Let's see. Oh, okay. And I want to hear from my people too. Before throwing it to Vado, just to close the Pulido subject. His first celebration, was it excessive? I feel like to me it was very like if he was celebrating that against like an America or celebrating that against a Tigres, like to me it was just a very excessive here I am. Like, what did you guys feel the same way, opposite, or what were you guys thinking?
No, I didn't think much of it.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I think I see Polito as like a cocky guy,
Uh-huh.
But I mean, hey, I'll take it if he sees us as one of the superpowers. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Jose.
To be honest, I think I missed that. I don't think I saw it. Because I was watching the game, but I was also like at the party, so I was like going back and forth.
Okay.
But I don't think I missed it. When did he celebrate? Which goal?
The first goal.
First
The
goal.
first one?
It was like ran up, like showing his shirt, like I don't know. I mean, I
Oh,
can.
you mean Polito?
Yeah. Maybe it's because I just don't vibe with him, and it just got on my nerves.
He kissed the badge.
Yeah.
He's loyal.
I mean-
He kissed the badge.
I mean, I really didn't think any of it.
Okay, it's just me. I was just being curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's a byproduct of the criticism he gets
Yeah.
at Chivas. And I think he heard the pod, Karina. I think he heard you call him a tronco. What?
I like that.
Was it you, Vado, or was it Chivas Del Norte? Like, as soon as he scored, tweeting at me, Tronco?
Oh,
like,
yeah. That was, I don't know who that was one of us. I forget. Like, sometimes we tweet the same thing, so one of us will delete it. But,
after being
yeah,
said.
I think that's just frustration. He hasn't been scoring goals like regularly for Chivas, and I'm sure I feel like he's the kind of guy that actually watches like Foot Picante and like reads the headlines, reads Twitter.
Yeah.
He takes things personally. So it's like built up frustration, and he got a good goal, and he wanted to celebrate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not a bully hater. I'm just a bully disliker. Okay, so to wrap up this game, Leon won. Sorry, Vado. Leon won. 4-3. I should have just stayed 4-1. Like it should have just stayed 4-1. Defensively, guys, we were just those defensive mistakes on those goals. They were just childish ones. Like that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, after the 4-1, we just switched it off. Everything.
Exactly. Especially like on that Vega goal. It's like, why would we?
Yeah.
No.
Se relajaron.
se relajaron mucho. And then that's what Nacho Ambriz was saying in his post, interview, kind of saying like, what I like about Nacho Ambriz is that he's very blunt. He's very honest, very transparent. Like he says it how it is. There was a lot of errors, and he doesn't know if maybe Leon kind of got, comfortable, had a lot of confidence. Kind of, he used the word like, he doesn't know if we were like kind of soberbios, filled with confidence. And I honestly think that's what happened. And defensively, it cost us 2 goals.
Yeah.
And I think what it happened too is when he took off Aquino and he put in Navarro. That's exactly what happened. And then like until that point, Ramiro was doing good, and then he takes off Pedro Aquino, and then Ramiro just went. Yeah, like he couldn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Ramiro. Like it seems like he's instead of like going to get better, like he each game he keeps dropping little by little by little. I don't know.
I've liked him. I think just this past game he had an off game. He did have an off game to me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, Aquino was pretty rusty, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think he was 100%. I would say he was like 70, 75%.
Yeah.
But he was the only defensive mid that we had, so we had to start him. And we got him some really good minutes, but you can really tell he was rusty.
Yeah.
A couple of his passes were off, and but he was out there hustling, so I'm glad to see that. Hopefully we recover him. Because we got to go on another winning streak. Yeah, but I mean, there's one thing that I kind of wanted, actually 2 things I wanted to highlight from the game, and I kind of want to get Vado's input on this as well. So 2 things. Last week on the podcast, I said the key matchup was Venezuela versus Jairo.
Oh,
obviously after the game, we realized Jairo won that matchup, and I don't think it was because Venezuela wasn't attacking. It was because he played more of a defensive role. I want to get Vado's input on what he thinks about Venezuela going back so far and not being an attacker, because I think for Chivas, he's the most dynamic player that they have. I think the best attacker, 1v1. And the second thing I wanted to highlight was, did Chofis play? No, really, because everyone was hyping him after that game that they had. Chofis this, Chofis that, and like I don't remember him doing anything in Leon. So
yeah,
go ahead. I'll let you take it away, Vado.
All right. First with the Brizuela thing, we've been saying on the pod this season, we're not sure if he lost a step or it's the fact that he's playing at basically a right wing back and he has to track back and forth and cover all that field. He's not really where he needs to be, like in the upper half of the field. Yeah. But we don't. It's still up there. Like I tweeted it out from my account, and some Chivas fans, I don't know what's wrong with them, but they said Brizuela looks the same. All he has is pace. I was like, that's definitely not true, because I think last season he was the best 1v1 player in the whole league.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're saying all he has is pace, then you're calling him Jurgen Damm, and Jurgen Damm is trash, and I don't want you comparing these. Like, what do you? That's offensive. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Damn, those are fighting words right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a product of the system that Boy has been playing in, or Brizuela has lost a step. He would have to play at right wing for us to tell.
Yeah.
But I really hope Boy steps away from this 5-man back line after what happened this weekend. Because if we're gonna play with 5 in the back and still give up 4 goals, that's just pointless.
Unacceptable. We
gotta go up, play offensively. The team looked like a whole new team when we were attack minded in the second half. I don't know how much that was that Leon took the gas off the pedal, but if we capitalized and scored 2 goals, we got 2 goals in that half. That means there's promise for there's something going into the season. And then the Chofis, I don't know what happened. I think he also heard the podcast and he went into a little depression after the Cari story. He relived it.
Damn.
You remember that?
Yeah, you remember heartbreak.
He remembered the girl he asked out to the movies like 2 years ago.
I mean, he hasn't recovered since. I think he's been partying, pool parties.
That headband, though, I don't like it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what Chofis did, and I really can't think of stuff right now. But I was also I went like out drinking for brunch that day, and then like I woke up like 10 minutes into the game, right when they called that penalty on Van Rankin. So I was just like dozing off like the whole game. But yeah, I don't think Chofis had his best game. But that's
No.
Chofis' story. Like he's very volatile. He goes up and down, has his moments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think Boy has a lot to do with it, don't you think? Because he is putting him in a position where he's not like used to playing. So I don't know how much that affects also his participation with Chivas, but that is true. He kind of didn't appear.
Well, I think for now, I think the position that they're putting Chofis in is actually better. Like he's more involved in the play.
In theory,
play
because
stuff.
como un 10, right? Como un 10, like in
Yeah,
theory, like
he has the
I
liberty.
would
He
also
can
want to put
roam.
him there. Yeah. So maybe like
But I
I
mean,
think maybe he'll score less and maybe he'll be involved more in the plays. I do think it's an interesting way of where to put him, but yeah, it's one of those things.
yeah, and the thing with Chofis is too that he makes plays. We just don't finish them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we had decent finishers, his numbers would be up there. I don't.
Yeah.
Y'all should switch
I
up the
feel.
front line.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've been saying it the whole season on Chivas Del Norte, but if we had the finishers for Chofis, the balls he puts in, like you're not gonna put in a deep ball for Oribe Peralta because he's not gonna get it. This guy runs slow. He's washed up. He's not it, you know.
Yeah.
He's not the same one. Yeah.
Oh,
That's why you gotta put Vega in.
Okay.
gotta put my boy Vega in.
We've been asking for him. Hopefully, maybe we'll get him next week.
Let me contact him. I think he
Vega
might
deserves
start
it. I think he deserves
versus
it. though.
Necaxa,
Vega.
right?
He better. I mean, we need him.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you would have put him earlier, like he would have started again, I think it would have been a much
It would have been a
different
different
game.
game.
He should have went in at the
I
half.
agree. I agree with
He
Jose.
should have went in at the half because
Yeah.
with Peralta out there, we don't have hope that he's gonna score.
No.
Mhm. It's just there.
Yeah, he's just taking up space. He's taking up.
Yeah.
I was just about to say.
He's just like in a there, right?
Like I think last week there was he scored off a free kick, but it was called offsides. Like at no point did he bother to get onside. He was offside the whole time, and he scored the goal. Celebrated. I was like, "What are you? You were offside the whole time. Like didn't even bother to run back in. Like it's just frustrating watching him on the team."
No. I still can't get used to seeing him in that jersey. It's not right, but I'm sorry you guys have to deal with that. I think it would have been a different story if he actually, promedio un goal every game. Okay, then maybe you give him a little more respect and credibility, but at this point, it's kind of like
It would be nice if he averaged a shot a game.
yeah, going back to that because he has zero shots at goal. Like
in
if
5 games.
we're already in
As a
week
striker.
6. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that.
No. Yeah. So, in all conclusion, Leon celebrated their 75th anniversary.
Woo!
Sorry, with a win against Chivas. Vado, we are gonna let you go, but we're gonna thank you for jumping on the Lions Den podcast
Hey man, thanks.
and helping us recap.
Yes, man.
I'm sorry it didn't go your way, and I think you pulled up really well on your own. Kind of, I was taking shots at you, but you hold up pretty well. So, thank you for jumping on the pod.
Not too shabby for
Thanks for the invite.
hey Bar, not
What's
too
up?
shabby for 3 shots on target. You guys had 3 shots on target, 3 goals.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I forgot to add this little segment. But if you guys don't know, there was a FIFA game
Yep.
simulation between Vado and
You guys are lucky I don't got a PS4, man.
We have Xbox One too.
That's all I gotta say about that.
No, he's got a PS3. Dude.
Oh, okay.
I got PS3, but I
Okay.
get down on FIFA, bro. I go every freaking day over here. Plaza La Tecnología. I get down with it. I wanted to play, but freaking PS3.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
the
but
worst.
I wa-
I'm the
I
worst
wanna-
one out of all of us.
I
the
know.
worst one.
Yeah, So I mean, my own podcast members were tweeting jokes before we even played the game.
I
They're
saw
can't wait to shit on Borrow for losing. I was like, oh wow, thanks guys.
the pressure was on you for sure. But Varo ended up winning for Chivas del Norte. But don't worry, we'll have a rematch
Oh yeah.
soon. So
I knew that's where it went wrong. When I won, I was like, oh damn, she was definitely gonna lose.
I know. Okay, so we're gonna say bye to Vado. Vado, before you take off, let us know where people can follow you and also the Chivas del Norte.
Follow my personal account at _21. Tweet about soccer and wrestling and UFC sometimes. And then if you follow the pod at Chivas del Norte, we do a weekly podcast. Yeah, it's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, some other ones. I don't know all of them, but if you follow at Chivas del Norte, you will get all the updates. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
you,
you,
Vado.
Vado.
Thank you.
I'll be back next season when we win.
All right, sounds like
All
a
right, bro.
bet.
See ya.
Bye, Vado.
Yes.
All right, bro.
Well. Celebrating
Down
our
to the last
victory. Down, yeah, right. It's like slowly Xing out people. Okay, so now let's get to previewing León versus Querétaro. Querétaro, guys, super líder, but I have some stuff that we have to talk about because there's kind of iffy stuff about it. But just wanted to ask you guys because I didn't get the chance to before we jump into the León versus Querétaro. The lineup, the lineup versus Chivas. Cota, Tecillo, Mosquera, Ramiro, Jairo, Pedro Aquino, Meneses and Montes, Sosa, JJ, Mena up top. I mean, obviously, we were surprised about Pedro Aquino mentioning it. And also Meneses, starting. Obviously, he was, switching on the band and all that. But how did you think about this overall lineup against Chivas?
I thought it was good, right? I think the big surprise for us was just Aquino.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I think we all expected. But I mean, they did great. I honestly thought they did awesome. It was a really good game by everyone, and I expect the same team to come out against Querétaro. I'm just going to throw that out a little earlier than usual, but they did great, especially Jairo. I mean, he just keeps
phenomenal.
surprising.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told you, Jose. I told you.
That
And also when I was
duo,
off
guys.
the air, huh?
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say when I was off the air, I heard you say things about Ramiro. Come on, give him a chance too, bro. Like I think you're right though. I think he has been kind of like last season he was really good, but come on, man, give people a chance. Just like Jairo.
I think
come around.
Yeah, because I think I said because I like Ramiro how he bounced back this last season, and I think just versus Chivas he had a bad game. He didn't have a fantastic game. I think he had a bad game, but obviously I would still start him again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that Meneses Moreno duo on the left, like fire.
Yeah. Fire, dude. Like they can just switch. They can just switch. Because Jairo naturally is a left winger. So like if he wants to go up, Meneses can stay back and Jairo can attack. So like the other team doesn't know what to do because they're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
What's going on? Yeah.
This guy's good.
You know what's the funny thing though? It's that I mean I think he's probably his best. Like I don't think he's ever been in the once inicial ever. Jairo.
Right.
So it's funny that the first time that he's actually in there, he's playing not in his natural position. He's playing in left back. So maybe I don't know. Maybe him being in left back may help him because if you notice, like when he starts in his regular position, like he's like nothing like when he's playing in left back. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, Jairo last season, I did not give. Maybe he had a good game. What was it? I think the
want him to.
Yeah, during the offseason, I saw a lot of fans saying they wanted him out.
But he's really turned it around and in a position that he's not.
Wasn't he injured most of last season as well?
Yeah, he was injured.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah.
injured. He was coming back from an injury, but he had one good game, and I was surprised he was starting in the final. Um, Very surprising to me. But a new season, I think we saw the same thing when Meneses came in mid-season. I think it was like, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. And then last season, he came back, and it was just like he just needed time.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of I've been realizing with some of the players that come in, like they just need time, and
Yeah.
they bounce back real nice. Sosa, Macias, and Mena, that trio. I'm just I'm
Fire.
just I'm just in love with Leon. Like I feel like, especially the players that we have, like like Carlos saying, it's just like amazing what we can do on the field, and the opponent has like no idea on what angle we're gonna come at.
Yep.
Um, so and then Montes, I mean, at his age, it's like
What a luxury.
it's like Cristiano. Like he ages well like wine.
A
Like, I
beast.
feel
What a
like that's
luxury. Yeah.
so. But going
I think
into go on, Carlos.
I was gonna say I think he's underrated by us fans. Like we just take him for granted. Like
Because
we
he's
just
like
think,
our Pappy,
Yeah,
like
we do.
yeah, because he's in the middle and he gives
was-
precise passes. He'll take on 2 to 3 defenders by himself and somehow ole, and like we just go, oh, that's normal for us.
that's normal for us. We're used
Yeah,
to
like we
it.
just take it for granted, But
That's true.
he's a luxury to have.
That's a good way to say it. He's a luxury for us to have him, because the season before our awesome season, I was like, can we sit Chapo? Because I think the season before that he had a really off season, and I was like, I just want to maybe see if you can sit him on the bench and see what happens. But I mean, the consistency, and he definitely stepped up.
Yep.
So okay, going into this Queretaro game, Queretaro has 4 wins, right? But if we take a closer look at these 4 wins,
I did.
the opponents have been playing with 10 men. Okay.
Oh.
So can we legitimize that Queretaro has been doing great despite that they have been playing against 4 teams that have had a red card down to 10 men?
I mean, let's not take anything away from Querétaro either.
Yeah.
They have been playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the teams they have been playing, Toluca, Tijuana, Pachuca, Juárez, like these aren't great teams, Toluca has 1 win all season. Pachuca has 1 win all season.
Yeah.
And Juárez has 1 win all season. So they've gotten wins against
5th minute, Carlos.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like they've been doing well, but they haven't played against top teams yet. The only top team they played against was Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
And Cruz Azul had a terrible start of the season. They started off with a tie against Necaxa and a tie against Toluca, who's just been, I think, a nightmare this season. And then obviously they lost 3-0 against Querétaro. Cruz Azul did. But, they haven't really been tested. I think for Querétaro, this next weekend is going to be their first big test. And I think Leon's going to come out and dominate. That's what I think. I'm going to say it early.
You read my mind, Carlos. I feel like they have to, se tiene que topar con un grande. Se tiene que topar con a team that has an attacking style of play, and we'll see how they manage under pressure.
Yeah.
Now, our key is not to get a red card. Like that's our biggest key.
Yeah.
But I think despite that, we should be fine in case someone does get a red card, and I'm knocking on wood. I think we should be fine. But Jose, what are you thinking about this? Querétaro got a draw against Xolos, a win against Cruz Azul, win against Pachuca, win against Juárez. Do you agree with Carlos? What are you thinking about this rival that we're going to face?
I do agree that they haven't been tested yet, so it is going to be the first big test for them, especially how we're coming off from the last game with I mean, don't get me wrong, like Chivas just had, they were on a streak too, and we broke the streak and we scored 4 goals. We broke you know, we haven't had a win at home in like four goals or more in 20 years. So that's a big 28 years. So that's a big boost going ahead of this match too.
Yeah.
Uh, the interesting too is that there's two coaches. They both have been coaches for Querétaro and for León.
I saw
Mm.
that you posted that.
Bucetich, he's a historic coach. He the, actually, like, you know how I say, like, we haven't won by 4 goals against Chivas.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know who was the coach at the time? It
Was
was
it
him. Bucetich.
Bucetich won a title with Leon, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And same thing with, I think, what was the score for the Querétaro? Oh wait, no, not the score. So you know how they were saying Querétaro hasn't been first of the
Table in a while.
table in a while. Well, the last time it was first, and Breeze was the coach.
Oh yeah, I did see
Okay.
you tweet that out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Interesting
interesting
fact.
how the matchup that we're going up against. But I do think that we are vastly superior to them, to be honest. But
Yeah.
they're I wouldn't make the mistake that we did against Chivas. That
Hmm.
we got conceded. We thought that we were gonna just win, just without even stepping on the field, and not just
Yeah.
go out and then get a 3-0. No, that's not gonna happen. Let's just take it one step at a time, and then, like last season, then maybe this is gonna be the start of another streak.
Yeah. It
Because
happened last season against Querétaro, right?
I was
Mhm.
just about to say that it
Yeah.
happened. We won 4-0, and from there on out, it was victory, victory, victory.
Yep.
That's really interesting. I saw you tweet that out, and I was like, huh. I mean, it's gonna be a good matchup, and I think I say it again, and maybe I'm biased or whatever, but Leon's a fun team to watch. So everybody will definitely be looking out to see if
Yeah.
Super Líder will have an impact on us. Pero like I said before, se van a topar con un grande, and I think it's going to be a really good matchup to kind of get everybody like, oh, you know, Leon just won against Chivas, so looking to get another win. But then you have Querétaro that hasn't been doing bad. Super Líder, like it's a game to watch for the week.
Hmm.
So to go over the standings, Querétaro first place, then América, Santos, Tigres, Pumas, Monterrey, Atlas, Cruz Azul, Necaxa. We're in 10th place currently with 7 points. Taking into consideration, every team has a bye week, so we are a game, off. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we have one game that we haven't played yet.
yeah.
Hmm.
Player to watch on Querétaro, Jesus Escobosa, which he's been wilding out.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about him on Twitter.
It,
Um,
interestingly enough,
mhm.
isn't he a winger?
He's a right
Is
winger.
he a right winger?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Dude,
So
both of you are wingers, or
where is he playing?
huh?
Is he playing as a left back?
Is he?
I think I saw the lineup. He was playing as a left back, unless they start him there and then move him later on the game. Do you guys know?
I really don't know. I didn't watch that game.
Because if he's playing as a left back and he's a winger, that sounds like does that ring any bells?
Escobosa. Oh, you're right. Wait, is it Escobosa?
Yes.
Is that who we're talking about? Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
left back.
Yeah. Didn't he usually play up front as a winger? I think as a left winger.
I thought he was a right winger. Are you saying that like?
Well, don't you remember like when well, I'm gonna bring something back. Like when Osorio called him and he was like getting like we didn't have any left wingers and he called him even though he didn't really play.
Hmm.
I think it was. I mean, unless they put him
Yeah, I
on
think
the
so.
right wing. Well, either way, what I'm getting at is he's a winger, and then they put him as a fullback. Does that sound like Jairo for us?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's being successful there, right?
He's been pretty
Yeah,
consistent.
like I remember like was it Tom Marshall? Like he was saying like that he was like the top signing of the season. He could have been the top signing of the season, like how he's played so far.
Okay, that's an interesting note. I'll keep an eye on him.
We need to watch out for him, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they got a Triverio.
Triverio.
Yeah, so that's to me
Yeah,
that's someone to watch out for.
This youngster guy. What's his last name?
Are you talking about the Colombian guy?
What's his name?
Is he the center forward or he's playing
Yeah.
middle? Let me see. Tell you right now.
I can't remember. I was looking at the roster and I'm just like,
Let's see.
Del Valle, Loba, Castillo.
Is it is it Del Valle?
probably. How old is he?
He's relatively young. He's Oh, actually no, never mind. He's 30.
He's 30.
Oh. Well.
No, I was confusing him with the other guy. The guy that's playing on the right wing, Loba.
I think
he's from,
Loba.
Akeloba?
Yeah, he's 21.
Yeah, he's 21.
He's from is that how you pronounce it? Like Queretaro? How do you pronounce it? You know what I'm talking, right?
I need to see it. I'm a visual person.
Loba. He's from, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's Ivorian.
Yeah, he's from like one of the countries in Africa, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Like what?
Type it in the chat so I can see.
Okay. Let me.
While Jose types that out, prediction. Predicted prediction on lineups. Let's talk about if we'll see any changes. Anybody want to go first?
Well,
come on, Carlos. We gotta hear it.
So I didn't expect Campbell to be left out of the roster.
Me either. I was like, because the subs were, and then when I saw John Cardona, I was like, oh, he's gonna get a couple minutes, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
Miguel Herrera, Godínez, Navarro, Ivan Ochoa, Jorge Esprice, and John Cardona, and John was left off. I saw that too.
So yeah, and obviously that's because of the rule where you have to manage how many. Yeah. So I don't know who he's gonna keep out this next game because I just want to keep positive thoughts and think that nothing strange is going on between Campbell and Nacho, because at the beginning of the season it was Sambuesa who was being left out, and we thought, oh, it's just the foreigner rule, but then it kind of went to 2 and 3 games, and we figured out that it was more than that. It was an issue with Sambuesa wanting playing time and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go with the same lineup that we had this past game against Chivas. Mosquera, Tecillo, Ramiro, Jairo, Montes, Aquino, and then Mena, Sosa, Meneses, and JJ. Yeah, because I think these guys played really well. It's just closing out the game that was the issue. And I think that's a combination of players and coach. I think the players can't relax, and the coach can't allow the players to relax. The coach has to know how to close out the game when you're up 4-1 in the 70th minute. But yeah, I think it's going to be the same lineup.
Interesting. Jose, your thoughts? Do you have any changes to that lineup that you think are going to be different against Queretaro?
I think he's going to play the same as he played, but what I would like to see is, I don't think he'll do it, but if he does, I would be really happy. It's I like to see, let's see, Sakota, and then left back Jairo, and then on center backs I want Tecillo and Kari Mosquera.
Mosquera.
And I want Navarro back.
So you want Ramiro back?
Yeah.
Hey, I
I
didn't think of that. He might do that.
I just want to see Navarro and Jairo in both ways. I want to see what that does. Like if Jairo and Meneses could combine, remember how successful Mena and Navarro was. So I want to see what that's
The
gonna
Well,
look
possibility.
like. Yes, exactly. It's nothing against the Ramiro. I just want to see that. Like I
Yeah.
want to see how that's gonna, if it's gonna work or if it's gonna be a disaster or what's it going to be. Uh, and everyone else, I want to see Pedro Aquino and Montes and Sosa and Macias. And I would like to see how. I heard that he's gonna make it to the bench, so I want to see Ivan Rodriguez get some minutes.
I saw that too. I was gonna
So
mention that. Rumor was
okay.
saying that he might be on bench, and I was like, that's a pretty quick recovery.
hmm so
I mean,
I would,
they did say fifth game, right? Like fifth or sixth game, he was going to come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Guys, if we get Ivan back, that would
with
solve
all
so
them
many problems. Like,
in
Yeah.
defense, especially.
yeah, defensively, because he's vital to our backbone of the team. Like, but last season, and I kept saying it over and over on Twitter. Like, he is underrated. Like,
Hmm.
people look at other star name players. Ivan Rodriguez is that type of player who's is very low key, but on the field very underrated. And
Yep.
the role that he did for Leon last season,
hmm
crucial. And we saw the effect of not having him. So I think now we're managing, but if he makes his comeback, I would love nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's what I would love to see as a lineup. But I think he might just start like just go with what worked in the last game. But I would love to see Navarro and then Jairo on the left. So
So the only
if
thing sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go for it.
So I was going to say the only problem I see with Navarro and Jairo is that they're both offensive-minded players.
That's what I
So
mean.
if they both go up, we're just left with two guys back, and
Yeah,
Nacho always wants at least three defenders back, right? So who do you
yeah.
send? Do you
yeah.
send Navarro or do you send Jairo?
Well,
Santiago.
you know what happened? Like I don't know if you noticed, like in the last game when I think was it when we were defending, didn't you see how who was it? I think it was Ramiro. Was it Ramiro? No, no. It was I think it was the Colombiano. So I think it was Mosquera, Tecillo, and
Jairo.
Jairo were playing as a as a three
Hmm.
uh
Really,
back.
like,
So what
Okay.
if you can like once in a while you send one of them and another one
Yeah.
stay. In this case, I mean, if you want to leave three in the back, then maybe Jairo and then put let Navarro roam free up top, and then they can take turns, but
yeah.
Yeah.
not same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I said. Like I like to, but it's also could be a disaster because then they're like you're saying they're both
We're left.
attacking minded players, so
Hmm.
you're let exposed in the back too.
Right.
Um, I don't know about if Aquino starts next game. I'm really questioning it. I don't.
Really?
Like, he didn't have
Who
a
are you
bad
gonna
game,
put?
but I don't know. I think we go back to the drawing board. I mean,
Are we?
is there a possibility that maybe just for the start, Navarro and Montes start, and then Pedro Aquino subs in, or are we just feeling more Pedro Aquino?
I mean, this is something that I wrote down on my notes while I was watching the game. When
Mhm.
Navarro got subbed in as a defensive midfielder,
Mm.
He did, yeah.
he doesn't. I don't know if he can play that role. His passes weren't on point.
Yeah,
He doesn't really have a sense of the midfield positioning.
more of a
Yeah, he's more of like a winger. So I don't know if I would start him there. That's a gamble to me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
yeah. That's Navarro is once like you don't have any contención at all. Like
Yeah.
if you put Navarro in there,
Yeah,
but that's not that shouldn't be your your
the
first.
last resort.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, Honestly, the rest I think it's fine. If the only change I would see is Ramiro off for Miguel Herrera. If because I still like Ramiro, but if anything, I think just because I think Ramiro had an off game, I think it'd be maybe Herrera and Mosquera as center backs, and everything should be the same. I mean, you can't take up the offensive trio up top. They're dynamite.
Yeah.
Um, so I think we can all pretty much agree on the lineup. I mean, I'm interested to see how the back will line up. Hearing Jose's idea, so
Hmm.
curiosity there. Okay, so now predictions. Our favorite part of the show, guys. When Leo was winning 3-1, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it. And then it went like 4-3, and it was just like nobody really expected that score line.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, have you noticed how like the score was kind of like a combination of like or scores? Like you guys said, 3-1, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We said 3-1, and you said
And I
2-1.
said 2-1. So add it up, like not for us, but like
Oh,
all.
yeah, it's like 5-2.
For real, we were
Yeah,
close.
yeah. So yeah, 5-2. But then you like that's what I was gonna get at. Like it was almost gonna be 5-2, but then we got scored instead of scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
what's your prediction, Carl?
my
Carlos,
prediction.
you always go first, so let's hear it.
I mean, so what I think is I think Leon's going to go into Querétaro, and then we're going to be their biggest test this season, and they're going to come in there a little overconfident because they're at the top of the standings. But obviously, the big and powerful Leon is going to come in there and completely dominate, put them back in their place. I'm going to go with the. We have the stronger defense, in my opinion, and we have an attack that's just fire right now. I'm going to go 3-0 Leon.
Carlos 3-1.
Putting it out there.
You read my mind.
Carlos, you're just savage. You're just like, I'm just gonna put it out there, like
Yeah.
give it to y'all, and y'all throw it back at me if you got anything against
Yeah.
it. Jose, the more sophisticated, scoreboard kind of person. What are you thinking against Querétaro? Prediction.
I was gonna say 3-0, but you know what? I think why not? Let's repeat the 4-0 last season.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
It was 4-0 last season, right?
Yeah.
Let's make a statement versus the first place at the table. Let's score 4 goals
Yeah.
again.
Let's take their crown off.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with a 4-1.
Okay.
I feel like there's just something gonna go down defensively. But I think as soon as we get the groove up top, it's just gonna come back to back to back to back. Jade is gonna score again. I see Sosa scoring, and who knows, maybe a Chapito Montes banger.
Yeah.
So we're just so excited because we're just so cocky. But we love our team. I think that's
well. Can you not be after except for the fourth, those two goals, but after being up 4-1?
Yeah.
Like and it could have been more. Honestly, it couldn't been more goals.
Yeah.
Like 6 at least.
So yeah, I mean, and it looks like Mena and slowly but surely he's kind of getting some of
Mena's getting back into his groove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
happy about that.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it on one of the shows I was watching. I think it was who was it? Somebody was mentioning it. That you know who it was? I think it was Faitelson. Where when he went to Leon to interview Cota and Nacho Ambriz and all them, he said that he saw Nacho Ambriz literally talking to Mena for an hour and a half, just talking out in the field, trying to convince him that he needs to bring that spark back from last season, where he's trying to go out there and seek that revenge, that revenge season.
Yeah.
I don't remember who who said it, but I'll send you guys the link on
Yeah.
what when
Definitely.
I find it.
I
But yeah,
imagine
hopefully
something special.
hopefully he turns it on again.
Yeah. I think Nacho has definitely had a big influence on all the players. I feel like all the players have really respected his ideology and everything. And I feel like that's what makes this team very connected to each other. You
Yep.
know, and the chemistry on the field shows. Like no one can take that away from us. No one can
Yep.
be like, oh no, it's like phenomenal on the field. So there are our predictions. Carlos 3-1. Jose feeling super confident this week.
3-0.
3-0. Oh, sorry, 3-0. 3-0. My bad. Carlos said 3-0. Querétaro scores nothing. Jose says the same thing, but 4-0, and I say 4-1, just because I feel like we still need
We
to
need a clean sheet. We need a clean sheet.
yeah. So we hope that Leon brings down Querétaro from their pedestal. That everybody let them have their little time this week to think that they can be super leader just for this week, and they'll go down. Before taking off, other scores of week 5: Pachuca won 4-0, Cruz Azul won 3-1. Interesting game, San Luis and Tigres 1-1, which I think I honestly was like, oh, I think 1-1. So Tigres San Luis ended up being 1-1, which I was like, Tigres is gonna like kill them, and no, that wasn't the case. And they had a red card. And then obviously Leon 4-3, Club America and Morelia. Guys, I watched that game. Morelia had them. If it wasn't for their goalie Jimenez, I feel like America would have lost. And if Ivan is still on the chat, because I love you, Ivan. Thanks for always tuning in into our podcast. I am sorry, but that game, it could have gone different. Monterrey winning 2. There he is. Ivan said no, we didn't. Monterrey winning 2-0 against Toluca. I think Carl, you said it right. Toluca hasn't won or won 1.
They have only one game one win all season. They've just been terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, you would expect Toluca to come out like the Toluca we're used to, right? But I don't know.
I think
La Volpe's time is counted.
I feel
like next to go.
Torrente out.
Torrente's out.
Chelis
is out.
The heads are rolling.
It's gonna be out soon if he doesn't step it up. So that was an interesting game. Pumas Veracruz. Pumas won 2-0. Awesome golazo of the tiro libre. And the Necaxa Santos game was very interesting because I think no one expected Necaxa to take a shot at Santos and broke their streak. So they won 3-0. Very good game. And Juarez against Querétaro, I only watched until Juarez got a red card, and after that, I didn't watch it. I was like, I turned it off. So that is the rest of the games that happened this past weekend. Ivan on the chat said the game was secured. I don't know about that, Ivan. Morelia first half was attacking all the time. You guys got lucky with Jimenez on goal. And what's up with Ochoa? Because they're like, oh, he's not ready. Oh, he's not ready. Like, what does he do on his off time? He trains all the time. Like,
they're saving him for the game against Tigres.
He's not playing.
They're saving him for They're saving him for the game in Houston, right?
No. So I saw a tweet saying that he was flying with them, but he's not playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, so next week should be fun with a lot of games to watch. Obviously, Leon versus Querétaro being a great game. Guys, that is it for tonight. You guys want to add anything to Leon this week?
Fire. We were fire. Let's continue that fire into Querétaro and leave Querétaro with some fried chicken.
So true. Jose, anything?
Man, no, not really. Anyway, like always, guys, just thank you for tuning in. This was the 5th episode of the Lucky Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next week, guys.
Again, thank you for Varo joining in, Chivas del Norte. Thank you for having us on their preview pad. Thank you for recapping with us. Javier, some technical difficulty issues. Thanks for jumping on and off. We'll hopefully we'll get that situated next week. Carlos, thank you. Jose, thank you. Thank you, everybody tuning in on the chat. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow us on our Twitter, as you can see on your screen, you can follow us on our Twitter. Very, very savvy way to plug that in. We also have a new Twitter account, the Lions Den podcast. So if you guys want to talk to us there, also jump in, slide into our DMs. Who knows which one of us is on the account? So take your pick. But again, thank you for joining us on Monday Night Football. Tune in next week to see how Leon did against Queretaro. And now we say goodbye. Bye, guys.